In this presentation, we are going to see about basic concept of web browser, which is one of the topic of e-surveys. By the end of the lesson, student will be able to get knowledge about www, learn about www operation, learn about internet, learn about browser, types of browsers. Now, let's see about www. www stands for World Wide Web. www was created at Zurich in Switzerland in 1990 by a British scientist named Tim Berners-Lee. www is also called as web, which is collection of website or web pages stored in web server and connected to local computer through the internet. User can access the content of the sites from any part of the world over the internet using their devices such as computers, laptops, cell phones, etc. using a web browser. In simple terms, www is a way of exchanging information between computers on the internet, tying them together into a vast collection of interactions multimedia resources. Now, let's see about operation of www. After receiving the IP address, the browser www work on a client-server approaches. Following steps explain how the web browsers work. User enter the URL http://www.amazon.com of the web pages in the address bar of the web browser. Then the browser requires the domain name server for the IP address corresponding to www.amazon.com. And then the web browser sends the request for the web pages to the web server using HTTP protocol, which specify the way the browser and web server communicates. Then the web browser serves the receive a request using HTTP protocols and check its search for the request web page. It found it, return it back to the web browser and close the HTTP connection. Now the web browser receives the web pages. It interprets it and displays the content of the web pages in the browser window. So, here is a diagram that represents the communications between the web browser and web server. First, the web browser requests for web pages over the internet to web server. Now, after receiving the request from the web browser, web server search for the web pages. After finding the particular web pages, the web server sends the web page over the internet to the web browser. Now, let's see about internet. The internet is the biggest worldwide communication networks of computers. The internet has millions of smaller domestic, academic, business and government networks, which together carry many different kinds of information. The short form of the internet is the net. The World Wide Web is one of the biggest surveys. It is used by billions of people all over the world. The Internet was developed in the United States by the United States Department of Defense Advanced Research Project Agency. The Internet was first connected in October of 1969 and was called ARPANET. Today, people can pay money to access the internet from the internet service provider, which act as middleman between you and the internet. Most ISP offer broadband internet access via a cable, DSI or fiber connection. When you connect to the internet, using a public Wi-Fi signal. The Wi-Fi router is still connected to an ISP that provide internet access. Even the cellular data towards was connected to an internet service provided to provide the connected device which access the internet. The internet provides the different online services. Some examples include web, a collection of billion of web pages that you can view with the web browser. Email, the most common method of sending and receiving message online. Social media, website and apps that allow people to share comments, photos and videos. Online gaming, games that allows people to play with against each other over the internet. Software updates, operating system and application update can typically download from the internet. Now the internet and webs are not in the same things. We use the internet to pass over the information. One is an internet and another one is www. Internet is represented as connected of computers and www is an connecting a people. Now let's see about browser. A browser, which is commonly known as a browser, it is a program that displays text, data, pictures, video, animation and more. It provides a software interface that allows you to click hyperlink resources on the World Wide Web. When you double-click the browser icon, install on your computer to launch it. You get connected to the World Wide Web and can search Google or type a URL into the address bar. In the beginning, browsers were used only for browsing due to their limited potential. Today, there are more advanced along with browsing. You can use them for emailing, transferring multimedia files, using social media sites, and participating in online discussions groups, and more. Some of the commonly used browsers include Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, and more. Next, now let's see types of browsers. World Wide Web, Mosaic, Netscape Navigator, Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, and Opera. Now let's see World Wide Web. The first web browser ever, launched in 1990. It was later named Next. To avoid any confusions with the World Wide Web, had a very basic feature and less interactive in terms of graphic interface. Did not have the feature of bookmarks. Now let's see Mosaic. It was launched in 1993. The second web browser which was launched. It had a better graphical interface, images, text and graphics could all be integrated. It was developed at the National Center for Supercomputing Application. The term which was responsible for creating Mosaic was led by Mark Anderson. It was named the world's first popular browser. Now let's see Netscape Navigator. It was released in 1994. In the 1990s, it was the dominant browser in terms of usage share. More versions of the browsers were launched by Netscape. It had an advanced licensing scheme and allowed free usage for non-commercial purposes. Now let's see Internet Explorer. It was launched in 1995 by Microsoft. By 2003, it has attained almost 95% of usage share and had become the most popular browser of all. It close to 10 versions of Internet Explorer were released by Microsoft and were updated gradually. It was included in Microsoft Windows operating system. In 2015, it was replaced with Microsoft Edge as it became the default browser on Windows 10. Now let's see Mozilla Firefox. It was introduced in 2002 and was developed by Mozilla Foundation. Firefox overlooked the usage share from Internet Explorer and became the dominant browser during 2003 and 2004. Its location-aware browsing was made available with Firefox. The browser was also made available for mobile phone, tablets, etc. And now let's Google Chrome. It was launched in 2008 by Google. It is a cross-platform web browser. To save a computer from malware, Google developed the ad blocking features to keep the user data safe and secured. At most is provided where private searching is available, where no cookies or history is saved. Till date, it has the best user interface. Now let's see about Opera. Opera is smaller and faster than most other browsers, yet it is full features, fast, user-friendly, with keyboard, interface, multiple windows, zoom functions, and more. Ideal for newcomers to the internet, school children, and handicapped. It supports several major apps like Facebook, Messenger, and WhatsApp. Opera can be synced across multiple devices.